Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Kali.
So I think I have a pretty decent strat for how I'm going to be killing Kali here. I basically am going to swap the Amaranthine Ring off of Varan, and I'm going to swap it onto him. That will increase his attack power by a lot. So that'll shorten the fight considerably. In addition, it also gives him some extra physical defense, which he desperately needs. Now, over here, we're going to equip a Ward Ring. Now, one of the keys with his magic defense is that his magic defense is very sort of spiky. So this will be a reasonable help with dealing with that. The other thing that I need to do is I need to pick up some Saint's Gloves. And I need to equip those on him. No, I don't need to equip those on him. So he has the unfortunate problem now that he's not going to have half mana costs. But honestly, his mana costs weren't existent before, basically. He had non-existent mana costs because his mana costs were lower than that of Oberon. But now he needs mana at around the same rate. He's actually going to go through a lot of mana early on, but that's fine. So, we're going to save the game. We're going to go after Kali now. So, let's see. What are we going to do? We are going to use Nirvana off the bat. We are going to attack off the bat. Attack off the bat. Attack. The goal is to get through this first turn. If we can, that's good. If we can't, then poop. Okay. If she casts a spell next round, I am in deep shit. So we're going to go ahead and attack. And we're going to cast Citadel. He's going to keep attacking, and he's going to use behind enemy lines. Double attack comes out on Kamanatin. That's all good. And did I get that on? Okay. We've got the Enfeebling Knife. We've got everything on. Good. So, we have most of the debuffs active. We do not have quite all of them, but we're close enough. Close enough for government work. So, we need to cast Dark Ward, we need to cast Dark Ward, and we need to use Hamstring. Now, the one thing that I forgot to do was swap whatchamacallit. I forgot to swap his row. He has 772 defense, which puts him comfortably ahead of Komanatin. So yeah, I definitely would want him to be actually in the front row to be absorbing damage. But that's okay. We've got Dark Ward out, we've got our debuffs out. Now all we need is to cast Juggernaut. Now, he needs to use Adamantine Vest. And we got all these buffs out. Do we want to... We're gonna do a Healing Steel. So we stole the Veneer Sword. Megaton Explosion comes out and does nothing. Adamantine Vest gives me what I need. And let's see here. We can now use a Mana Sacrifice because we just blew a bunch of mana there. And we can use a Mug to make sure that we reapply this. So even if we fail to steal, we can still reapply our buffs. Let's take a look. Just gonna keep mugging. Okay, so Dark Ward has one more turn on it. I'm gonna go ahead and use Human Shield, because I'm gonna have to... Wow. gonna have to do some good business anyway, so we might as well. Now, we need to recast Dark Ward. And we need to recast Behind Enemy Lines. I didn't cast Dark Ward on him again, so I'm an idiot. So now I've got all my bullshit desynced, like a special person. So let's go ahead and use Dark Ward. Hamstring. Need to use a mana sacrifice. I'm actually just going to keep stealing until I get that done before I worry about getting the hamstring. The hamstring is kind of important, but it's more of an important thing for, like, once I have a lot invested into the fight. And right now I just don't have anything invested. So we have Dark Ward for 2 more turns, and we can go ahead and apply debuffs. We're going to go ahead and do a Healing Steel. Amaranthine Ring. It's one of them. One of the important things is done, and let's see. Mind Flay just activated on Komanaton right as I need him to recast buffs. That's a problem. We're going to go ahead and use Human Shield. And we're going to use Healing Steel. Whirlwind Massacre comes out and doesn't really do shit. And let's see. I'm gonna apply a Hamstring. Okay, so a bunch of damage just came in, but not Mana Surge. We need Dark Wards up. Devastation comes out and misses, luckily. So we're going to use a Mana Sacrifice. Kali's Ring. Boom. So we have Mind Flay on Oberon, unfortunately. But he should be okay for now. Now, we do not have this effect out, so we should get that out. And we need Behind Enemy Lines again. Ground Slam comes out because for heavy hit, because we didn't have enough of our debuffs active. And we didn't have Citadel active either, for that matter. Okay, Hamstring's out, Rate of Death comes out. No problem. Alright, so Dark Ward has one more turn on it. Citadel. I just applied the other one, so let's go ahead. So Mana Sacrifice has gone out And we're trying to regen our way back into good shape. We need to recast Dark Ward because... Oh, great, they can both recast Dark Ward on the same turn. How delightful. So Reprisal Whip is already active, and we're... Oh, no, 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 he cannot. He has to fucking attack. No, 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 no. That int drop is no longer active, I don't think. So Annihilation comes out to Sordrell. Oh, that hits hard. Luckily, it went to the one character who has an overwhelmingly high amount of magic defense. So we got Dark Ward on him, but we didn't get it on his little friend there. He's going to cast it, and he's going to... I think he's actually going to use a Healing Steel. I have a lot of characters who are injured right now. That crush! Whoa! Okay, so how are we doing? We need Citadel recast soon, but not right now. I'm actually gonna use a Human Shield. Ooh, Devastation comes out. That would have killed him if it had landed. Luckily it did not. Also, he should be using Sidestep. Okay, so... Pulling out of behind enemy lines. Smite comes out, does nothing. Int is dropped. Juggernaut comes out. And let's see here. We're now going to use Mana Sacrifice. Shit, I missed. Mindflay comes out, but does not get the debuff, so that's fine. So Enfeebling Knife, Dazing Axe, behind enemy lines. We still need to get off. The hamstring, there it goes. Okay, so how are we doing? We need to recast Citadel, but more importantly, we need to get the Dark Ward back up. So both of them need to cast that. We need to go ahead and poke. So now we need to cast Citadel. I'm gonna go with a mug because I'm pretty sure that I stole everything. Yeah. Nice. So 2,000 damage coming into Oberon. It's a pretty good amount of damage. And we are clearly missing one of our things. Enfeebling Knife is up, so is Reprisal Lip, so I guess I'm not missing something. That's even scarier. Okay, so we can... I have 3 turns on Dark Ward, so we're okay. And he needs to attack. Oh my god, those crits, though. Okay, so Oberon is stunned again. We're going to go ahead and use a Mana Sacrifice this turn. And we're going to use behind enemy lines to reapply that. Oh, that damage. Oh, the damage that's coming out, it's too good. Oh, it's so good. Okay. So, what am I doing now? We need to recast Citadel, I believe. No, we don't. What we do need to do, I think, is get a Sentinel active, because we have the spare time to do it, so we might as well. No, we need to attack, because I don't know how long it's been. I don't think it's been very long, but the more opportunities we take to get that active, the better. You do not have the Horde, do you? Dark Horde needs to be recast just in case you get blown to bits. Annihilation is cast, does nothing. And Oberon is ready to reapply his debuffs. Let's go ahead and reapply that debuff before he blows up. Atomic Flare comes out, and we got the debuff back. Whew, okay. Yeah, letting her get those spells off when she's got full int is a little terrifying, but that's okay. It's okay, the rest of the party can handle it. Let's get the Dark Ward up. And let's see here. It's a good thing she didn't use her strongest AoE nuke, because that actually would have one-shot Varan, I think. Okay. Do I need a heal? I don't need a healing steal. I don't need shit. Just start pounding out. Annihilation is cast, and that hurt a lot more than I would have liked it to. Okay. That's why we need to always have Citadel active. Because with Citadel active, she can't hurt him. But without Citadel active, he does still get hit pretty hard. He actually probably would have died there if he had his original setup, because the Amaranthine Ring is great and all, but that extra 50 defense goes a long way. So Dark Ward needs one more turn before I need to cast that again. Behind enemy lines, behind enemy lines, we get to make you die horribly. I'm gonna reapply the hamstring, because if I reapply it now, then she has lowered agility, and thus I'm more likely to actually land it. Okay, so we have one more turn of Citadel, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and recast Juggernaut, I think. Yeah. So Juggernaut's getting recast on him. And since I do have to use the thing right now-ish, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Yeah, he still has another turn for this. So we're gonna use a Human Shield. And we're going to poke. Human Shield comes out. Juggernaut comes out. And let's see, what do we need to cast now? Citadel. So Citadel is on the fly. He has to recast Dark Ward, and I missed the opportunity, so that's fine. He'll just do that instead. Implosion's coming out, doesn't do shit. Of course, next turn, it'd do plenty. Because even with that magic defense up, I think he's still too squishy to handle it. So we need to use a Mana Sacrifice. Let's take a look at his defense. It is 715. That is not enough. That ain't nearly what I want it to be. Okay, he's gonna need to reapply this. I don't know how long I have left on it. He needs to reapply Dark Ward. Actually, he doesn't. He's got the other defense up. I'm gonna reapply Dark Ward next turn when this guy reapplies it for himself. The fact of the matter is that he's not gonna die from it, and for the majority of the fight, he's taking no damage, so he should be able to regen back up even if he takes a big, like, 3,000 damage smack. It's like 3,000 out of 12,000, nobody gives a shit. So, what am I doing now? Something I need to look at. Okay, so Kali still has all of his effects active. Okay, that's a lot of misses. I like that. So, Dark Ward needs to be recast, right? Citadel still has 3 turns. How are you doing? Oh, you look like somebody who needs behind enemy lines cast on you. Destroy armor is active on my monk, unfortunately, but he should probably be okay. So we have Dark Ward, we have what? I guess we have reapplying debuffs. I probably should have hamstrung there. Citadel time, and then after that we got... I don't know, really, let's just attack and do... Okay, hamstrings out. Okay, so... what else am I doing? I just reapplied his debuff. So Implosion comes out, Juggernaut comes out, and let's see, how much time do we have on everything? So we have one more turn for Dark Ward. I'm actually going to use the Mana Sacrifice early. Nah, I'm going to attack. Okay, Enfeebling Knife got off. That's good. We can now go with... it's Dark Ward now, right? Yeah. So Dark Ward turn. Okay, so we still have another turn left. We're going to go ahead and use a Mana Sacrifice. Behind enemy lines. And we still need to cast more buffs because his job is never done. Go ahead and get a hamstring off. That is a lot of goddamn damage coming out. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Okay, so... we still have 2 turns before Dark Ward drops. We've just recast our thing reasonably soon. We've got a guard going out. Oh, it's a good thing, too. Okay, with that guard, he should be relatively close to full life now. So we need to go ahead and get a thinger out. I think I need to reapply this. Devastation comes out. Ooh. 1100 damage hit to Komanatin, who just shrugs it off. And then we need to use Dark Ward. Okay, we don't need to... We don't need to re-hamstring. So Dark Ward's active. Got some time on Citadel. I'm gonna go ahead and use Juggernaut now. I'm gonna have Varan guard. He just applied his attack debuff, and he's really much lower than I'd like him to be. So, let's see, we need to recast Citadel this turn. And do I want to use Human Shield? No. Behind enemy lines needs to come out, so we'll get that out. Hopefully it's... Okay, whew. Annihilation is fine, Devastation is the thing we're worried about. So we have 2 more turns on Dark Ward. Let's go ahead and reapply debuffs. Okay, debuffs are all out. And we have 1 more turn before we need to cast Dark Ward, so... We have Juggernaut for 3 more turns. He is going to just do a fast cure and get Varan in better shape. Because Varan has not gotten his attacks off in a while. Now it's up. Perfect. So Sordrell was basically not even hurt by that. We're recasting Dark Ward. And now... Okay, so this is, I think, a much more stable way for things to go than the other way. I'm still gonna have to be concerned about insta-gibs on one character, but the character is Varan now. So I think we're going to go ahead and use a Mana Sacrifice. So Mana Sacrifice comes out. We need to recast Citadel. I'm gonna have him guard. I actually need to get in the habit of guarding periodically with Varan, because the more turns that the enemy can't attack him and do anything, the better. Okay, we do still have Enfeebling Knife. Whew, scared for a second there. I was like, how did that drop? So we have 2 more turns of Dark Ward. I'm going to go ahead and just apply all my debuffs. Destroy Armor just went out on Varan. So with Destroy Armor on Varan, that's very dangerous. He's not going to want to do any attacks other than the ones that he has to in order to keep debuffs up. So the question actually is whether he even wants to do those. And the answer is yes, but not quite yet. So let's take a look. We have Dark Ward for 1 more turn. So we're going to cast Sentinel. And we were going to cast... nothing. And he's actually going to guard until that hamstring is resolved. Or sorry, until the Sentinel comes out. Okay. We now need to recast Dark Ward on both of these characters. Hamstring is out. Destroy Armor is out. Don't like that. But the timing's okay, because it's coming out at a time when he's at his tankiest. So all of our buffs are in good shape. The question is, how are our debuffs? Because we haven't been having everybody attack. So I'm going to have him do a normal attack, because he's been sitting back, not attacking for a while. Annihilation comes out, does nothing. And we have all of our debuffs applied. The thing about debuffs is that, unlike buffs, I can't easily track the duration of the debuffs. Like, I can't just look and say, oh, okay, I'm fine now. I can, you know, keep going for another turn or whatever. So, let's see. He's got all of his debuffs. He's still got his defense down. I'm gonna go ahead and just guard. And I'm glad I did, because that would have been 1,500 damage straight to the face. Sentinel for one more turn. Honestly, I think that I probably want to just use Sentinel and not use Juggernaut at all. I don't have enough mana to use both. You know what? I actually do. I'm going to use Juggernaut this round. He's gonna guard. I guess I probably should have just used the Cure on Ron, huh? Considering how low he is on life. Alright, so he's gonna attack. And we've got Sentinel, which needs to be recast. I'm gonna use Human Shield. And I'm actually going to have him guard. So with Human Shield out, we should be relatively safe from the physical damage. I need to recast Dark Ward. I'm going to reapply the Reprisal Whip because I'm worried about it falling. We need to use a Monarch Sacrifice. You didn't use Dark Ward, did you? Nope. He's guarding, because without Dark Ward, he's gonna get hit like a truck. Behind enemy lines is going out. Okay, so... unfortunately, everything is wrong. I'm completely out of sync. So, Megaton Explosion comes out, does 2,500 damage to Oberon, but that's okay. He can take a little bit of damage. He has 500 HP regen per round. So, honestly, even if she casts the bigger nuke, it would only do like 5,000 damage to him or something like that, which is scary, but isn't deadly. So, question, what do I do now? He needs to fucking attack. He hasn't applied his Enfeebling Dagger in a long time, and it is, in fact, fallen. So we need to get that out, and he's going to go ahead and guard. Because he hears, Enfeebling Dagger wore off, and he goes, ah! Alright, so luckily we do have 2 turns right now to try and get this effect off, but there we go, we got it off. Alright, so you need to do something. We need to recast Dark Ward. He needs to get his Reprisal Whip on. We're gonna use them on a sacrifice, hopefully. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be great. Mind Flay's coming out. Oh shit! That's a problem. That's a big problem. Let's get behind enemy lines back up. Okay, Sordrell's back up, but that's not what I need. Sordrell being back up just... allows me to do damage, when what I really need is to start preventing damage. Let's get another hamstring out. There we go. So hamstring's out. We're not in good shape, but the guy that can make us in good shape is back up, so that's good. So we need to cast Mana Sacrifice, because that's probably the most important thing. Yep. That's the most important thing right now. And as for you... I think he's applied all of his effects. Okay, the int goes out. Okay, so that's done. We need to recast Dark Ward on both of these characters. And he needs... I don't like that. There's something missing. Of course there's something missing. Commoditon hasn't attacked yet. I need to... I should have guarded on him. Okay, so... Commoditon's actually slower than Oberon. I didn't realize that. I've been thinking it was the other way around this whole time. Okay, so let's get this shit going so that we don't die horribly. And does he need to cast anything? He does not, so get the guarded. I'm so glad I got him guarded. If he wasn't guarding, he would have taken 2,000 damage to the face. Right on a turn that he's going to need to immediately follow up. So we're going to cast Citadel. We're going to cast nothing. He's going to just attack. Behind enemy lines needs to come back out. Crush is coming out to Commoditon. That's good, because he's going to regen that back up, no problem. How are we doing on Dark Ward? Dark Ward has 2 turns left. We're applying Sentinel. Do I need Hamstring now? Hamstring's still active. I'm actually going to guard because he's low on life. Okay. So Sentinel's now out. And we need to do that. And I'm going to Hamstring. I'm going to miss. Because I'm cool like that. You need to recast Dark Ward. You need that Hamstring. There we go. There we go. So, Magic Defense applied. How are we doing? All our buffs are looking good. Guess I should probably get a Mana Sacrifice out there while I have the opportunity. So, we need to recast Citadel. And he just applied his effect, he's guarding. Atomic Flare comes out, that's a non-turn for Kali. So Sentinel needs to be recast. Not as important as reapplying this. Son of a bitch, this wore off. That's really bad. Okay, so behind enemy lines is coming out. Fuck my butt. Okay. So, luckily that was attacking Sordrell, who can survive those kinds of hits, but we did get the debuff back up. So we're... I hesitate to say we're okay. We haven't lost. Okay, we are now casting Sentinel. And we are going to take a look. How we feeling? Feeling like Reprisal Whip is kind of important? Rain of Fire. Stop it with the Rain of Death. Okay, so Sordrell is just going to keep guarding because ain't nothing he's going to do while he's that low on life. And let's see, we are going to take a look. Dark Ward needs to be recast. We don't have a choice in the matter. I mean, we do. We could die. I don't think Sordrell, while guarding at 1000 HP, is currently at risk of death. Except he does have Devastation on him. So there is that. So other than that slight hiccup, he should be fine. Now, guarding... What does it see? What are we missing? Enfeebling Knife is on. And we do not have Hamstring, so we just need to reapply that. So we're getting a Cure 4 on Sordrell, which honestly is not a huge amount. We're going to go ahead and still keep guarding, because he's still got that debuff on him. And we don't have the opportunity to keep buffing him. I'm so glad that I defended. Okay, so we're keeping him as good as we can. We're going to go ahead and get an attack off. Annihilation is coming out, no damage. Okay, we just got the Enfeebling Knife back on him, so that's good. Him? That's a her. It looks... To be fair, it looks like a male model. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be a male model. But that is Kali. Kali is female. Anyway, let's see. Hamstring, Enfeebling Knife, Dazing Knife. Or Dazing Axe, rather. Reprisal Whip. Okay, so we have all the big ones up. We just need to reapply some of the little stuff. So let's take a look. We need to recast Sentinel. And behind enemy lines. One of the nice things about behind enemy lines is that it auto-hits. Mind Flay on Oberon, that's a problem because he's about to need a Dark Ward, and he ain't gonna get it. So I'm gonna use Healing Trance now that he's high enough to do it. And we need to figure out what we're gonna do. He's gonna cast Dark Ward on himself. And he is going to do what? I guess he's gonna stab. Yeah, he's gonna stab with a Reprisal Whip. That's gonna work. Okay. So Sordrell should be fine from now on. Let's take a look here. We've got Citadel in one turn. And we need to cast... Shit, I don't have that spell anymore? That's a problem. Alright, we're just gonna attack, because we don't really have much choice in the matter. He's gonna guard. He's already just applied his attack, so... Atomic Flares are coming out, and you can see that because he doesn't have that Dark Ward, he's actually taking damage. More importantly, Atomic Flare is a really weak attack. It only does 500 base damage. He just took 800 damage from it, which means that when this thing casts the 2500 damage Annihilation, it's gonna hit like a truck. Now, I can take one of those. It's okay for him to take one of those. By the way, not okay for Komata to take one of those. But okay for Oberon to take one of those. Let's see, we need to recast Hamstring. But if we do take one of those, we need to immediately repair ourselves. So, how are we doing here? We've got all our debuffs, sorry, all of our buffs active right now. I'm actually going to wait. How much time do I have? I have 2 turns for Dark Ward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him attack. Let's get these debuffs back active. And we're going to have him do something no, we can't attack with him. We have to use Mana Sacrifice. Those 1 damage hits to Komanaten make me very happy. Okay, so Mana Sacrifice is out. Sentinel's uncasting. We need to ignore that in favor of... Oh, I'm so glad I defended. Oh, we survive. So the Devastation comes out. We really need to recast Dark Ward, and we're going to recast Dark Ward on both these characters. This character is going to cry because he cannot possibly do anything right now with his HP this low. So Dark Ward's coming out. Citadel. We're going to cast a Cure 4 on him. And he's going to guard. I can't start applying my debuffs until we've dealt with the situation at hand. So, let's see. He's now high enough that he can attack. The Enfeebling Knife is still active, so he should be okay. Let's see here. Do I want to cast... No. No, because I don't want to have to use that shit any earlier than I have to. So we can start getting our debuffs active again. Okay, Enfeebling Knife is still active. Luckily, we didn't have that expire before we got a chance to get the situation somewhat under control. We still don't have him hamstrung. I don't care. He's guarding. He's got way too little to play with for me to try and pull any bullshit. Enfeebling Knife. Oh, shit. I'm an idiot. Okay, we need to cast a Fast Cure on him. We need to... Mistakes were made. I need to get an attack on him because my whip is not on him anymore. Okay, we got the whip off. Whew. That was him. I keep saying him. What is this? I don't do this. Okay, her. Damn it. I'm not usually the one who mistakes the gender of the enemies that I'm fighting. I know a lot of people in the gaming community do it. That's usually not me. It's just I'm looking at this model and it's like that. It's clearly not Kali. Right? It doesn't look anything like Kali. So, anyway, let's see. Enfeebling Knife, Dazing Axe, behind enemy lines, Reprisal Whip. Okay, so all of my debuffs are currently active on this guy. Recasting Dark Ward. This guy. What is wrong with me? Anyway, on her. She is currently enfeebled and currently having trouble. Okay, let's make her dead so that I can stop screwing up her gender. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and... I'm gonna apply Sentinel. No, I'm not. I need to use a Mana Sacrifice. Unfortunately, even with him quite frequently defending, Varan is really far behind in terms of HP because I can't really devote turns to healing him. My Grey Mage is just too busy. He's got too much shit to get done. I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all. We can't recast the Citadel because we have slightly more important things that are coming up. And that devastation is courtesy of not getting the Enfeebling Knife active when it needed to be. Citadel is coming out. Luckily, we do still have a couple turns. We are going to go ahead and use a human shield. It has to be done. We're using behind enemy lines. We need to get the damage output back under control. Implosion is coming out. It's doing a lot of damage. Does he not have Dark Ward? Doesn't he have Dark Ward? He still has Dark Ward active? He needs both Dark Ward and Citadel? Oh, shit. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's see. What do I need to do? All my debuffs are active. We are in a somewhat safe period. I'm going to go ahead and use a Sentinel. I'm actually not. Yeah, I am. We're in a really dangerous spot here. It's best for me to do that. So, we are going to recast the Reprisal Whip, because I do not want to risk that ever dropping. Okay, so Dark Ward needs to be recast. Unfortunately, I'm getting low on mana. So I've been consuming too much mana to get where I am. I'm regenerating 33 per round, but I'm using way more than that overall. Okay, so what does he feel like doing now? I think he probably feels like getting that goddamn debuff up so that he doesn't make me cry. Ground Slam's coming out. Okay, we need to use a Mana Sacrifice, unfortunately. Oh my god, we did it! We stole her ring, right? So that's Kali. Do we have 2 Kali rings? No, we only have 1, because we haven't gotten the second one yet. Okay, so Kali is down. We just took out the most powerful boss in the game in our 80s. Pretty happy about that. Wow. So, because of the fact that I've been recording for a highlight, I'm going to go ahead and just look at my equipment so you guys can get an idea of what I've done. I've done double Amaranthine rings on him because he doesn't have enough defense to survive if she uses her big attacks on him. So I just doubled up on that for him. He has enough magic defense that if he uses his Nirvana, he just is really tanky. Okay, so moving on to Kumanatin, he has an Enfeebling Knife. Enfeebling Knife drops enemy attack bar by 25%, and then he has a bunch of, like, just the best gear that you can have, and then he has a Bubble Ring and an Amaranthine Ring. So, let's see. You can see his stats. He's got 7,600 HP, and then those are his stats. Let's see. So, Oberon, Dazing Axe. Dazing Axe reduces enemy intelligence. Absolutely mandatory for this fight, unless you're going to just make yourself super overpowered. The alternative is if you do have a hunter in your party, the hunter can use a... there's Muddling Bow, I think it is, that does the exact same thing. They're both 25%. If you had both in the party and didn't have a monk, then good luck finishing the battle, because you're going to be there for a few years. Anyway, so he's got the Ancient Helm, because it gives the most magic defense, and he's got a Bubble Ring and an Amaranthine Ring as well. So these are the 2 like main tank characters. They're both in the front row. Both other characters are in the back row. So, these are his stats. That's what he looks like. Okay, so, Varan. Reprisal Whip. Decreases enemy attack power by 25%. Amazing weapon. Oh, did I mention... Oh yeah, no, never mind, I didn't. For some reason I was thinking I had the Mutilating Swords still, but I don't. So, he is sort of a weird case. He's got double ward rings. I had originally had an Amaranthine Ring on him, but there were a couple of problems. The first, his magic defense without any buffs was too low. Like, way too low. He had 70... Oh, sorry, he had 703 magic defense with the Amaranthine Ring, which means that he's taking 50% extra damage even after the axe comes into play. it's just too much damage coming into play unless he's got the buffs active. So with this, he's a bit more safe, he's a bit more secure, and all that stuff. He has pretty decent defense anyway, so he's not usually getting one shot. But as you saw during the fight, it was still rough going. These are his stats. He was in charge of getting Reprisal Whip active, as well as 2 other attack power debuffs you saw during the fight. But this is the gear that I had. This is the party setup that I had. I think that this is probably one of the better parties in terms of absolute ability to kill enemies. So that's it. So that's it for the highlight. Later, folks. Okay, now for those who are watching the actual video, sorry about that. I wanted to make it so that I could just sort of write out like a guide, or not write out, but give people a little bit of guide on how to kill Kali. She is the hardest boss in the game. You could claim that there's a harder boss that's coming up, but you'll see what I mean when I say that that boss is an absolute joke. So, let's go ahead and go to the inn. Where's the inn? Apparently I'm a ninja now. Oh, okay. Are you the person I'm supposed to talk to? No, he's upstairs. Okay. Remarkable! I saw an explosion of the beast from over the mountains. You should return to Locke for your reward. So, we are heading down, heading on down, heading down. Da 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 da. This is not the right place. Alright. We are heading to the actual correct location. Hi, Locke. You defeated a Veneer demigod? I think you should retire. It's not going to get much better. There's no reward to do your valor justice. Please take this small token from Sid and myself. Kali's ring. So, we can go ahead and save the game. And now we can do what we've been wanting to do since the very start. Monks scale really goddamn well with everything, okay? Monks are crazy powerful. So, what do? We take 2 Kali's rings and say, hey, what if we just stacked these on top of each other? What would happen then? I guess we'll find out. So, Sordrell is now sitting on 800 defense. He's now sitting on 900 magic defense. He's basically invincible. In addition, 775 attack power means that he is going to thrash anything that he comes in contact with. It's great. Anyway, moving right along, the other advantage of doing this is that all of a sudden we have 3 amaranthine rings to just play with. So let's go ahead and throw, I don't know, 2 of these on him. And do we need bubble rings? I don't know. Maybe? I don't think we need one on Oberon, so sure. Let's just give him an amaranthine ring too. Why the hell not? So, we now have 4 amaranthine rings, 5 amaranthine rings, and 2 Kali rings equipped. So now it's time to go face off with our final challenge. And it'll give you an idea of why I say that the final boss is not that hard. Yeah. It's when you add on, let's see, so over the dual, so he's adding on 300 to all of his stats and 500 to some of them. He's only adding, 300 to his relevant stats. But with those kind of stat values, he's basically just simultaneously unkillable and the most damaging thing in existence. So we're going to go ahead and level up. So we can go ahead and increase the one stat that we did not get increased by all these crazy rings that he's got. So he now has a 100% chance to get a critical hit. Because why not? Now, in addition, we want to pump something else. We might as well pump attack power, because we have more than 300 agility, which means, or sorry, not agility, accuracy, which means that accuracy is basically useless for us. Okay, moving right along, we have Komoniton. He needs to figure out what he's going to put points into. And if I want to make myself immune to this boss, how would I go about doing it? I'm going to go ahead and pump his magic defense. Because I don't remember exactly what this guy's stats are like, but I think it's probably wise. Now for him, we're going to get him up to a nice clean 650 magic defense, and then we're just going to pump the shit out of HP. He is going to be doubling it in combat, so whoopsies, we accidentally just put points into HP for him. And honestly, that's where we want them. We're just going to shove his points into HP as well. Goal here is just to make it so that it's harder for us to just die instantly. Now, we did not equip the Repel Ring, so Komanatin is just going to go ahead and equip the Repel Ring for now. And let me see if I can remember. And now you can see the kind of ridiculous damage output that a monk is capable of doing at the high end. We're talking about 7,000 damage per hit. He automatically crits, so it's not like I have to worry about non-crits. He just crits for that much damage every goddamn hit. In addition, I could probably use a Silencing Strike and just insta-give all the enemies, couldn't I? So we're going here. No, we're not. Is this the one that... Okay, this is the one that's just straightforward. This one is... So let's see. Can a Silencing Strike just kill them all? Because that would be kind of fun. He's going to actually use a Mana Sacrifice. We killed one of them. And we got the others so low that I was actually able to kill them as well. So the plus 100 to attack power is certainly helpful. And the other nice thing about this final boss that we're going after is that, let's see. Oh right, I didn't get a chance to use what I wanted to. I'm not going to get a chance to cast that. Oh, I did. Perfect. I'm concerned about the fact that I'm actually going to be starting this fight with half mana, but no, it's fine. So we'll see how this goes. The soul fly free. I recognize that song. This is the wrong way. I remember this. Oh god. Okay, so we're going to use the Silencing Strike, and we're going to use a Silencing Strike on him as well, actually. Oh, that AoE damage! Oh, man. Oh, so as you can see, things get really, really crazy now. But if we did have a Black Mage would be much better able to blow up these enemy groups. It's not something that a Monk is optimized for. The Monk is really optimized for just blowing up bosses. You know, making the boss cease to exist is what the Monk's job is. So... And one of the crazy things is that I'm pretty sure that I think Sordrel can probably solo the boss that I'm coming up against now. I'm not positive, but I think he probably can, since... I mean, the one question would be whether he can regenerate fast enough to counteract. He has a spell that is going to cause damage over time. So he does have the ability to deal damage over time from that, but I don't think once I get Nirvana active that this guy's going to be hurting me much. Okay, so let's see. That's done. Bum. Run. So we need to go... It's so cool how everybody's hitting hard now, too. Like, everybody actually does pretty decent damage because they've just got so many bonus stats coming out from all this random bullshit that I keep picking up. All those amaranthine rings, man. Let's see. And this is the exit, or is this... Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're ready to go fight the final boss. And am I ready for it? Why not?
What is this place?
Welcome to the Void. This is the resting place for all the souls that exist on Terra. For some, it is a place of torment, while for others it grants eternal peace. As I had hoped, you had overcome every obstacle to meet me here, where our final battle shall be waged. I can see some of my strength reflected in you, but you are truly a naive. You are unaware of the power of this place. You must die by my blade, and your blood shall grant me eternal life on Earth. Okay, yeah, so about that. We're just gonna do auto attacks. I'm pretty sure for this first phase, we can just blow him up. I don't think we need to actually cast anything. So we're just gonna be regenerating a bit of mana on Komanatin for this first phase. Let's cast Genius. Maybe he can hit us for an amount of damage that's non-zero. Casting Devil's Breath, nobody cares. Boom, done. So, that's phase 1. That's the final boss. Mwahaha, you fool! I have absorbed the souls of the mighty demons that I summoned forth to Terra, and that you slew. I've become more powerful than you can imagine. Have you, though? About that, we're gonna go ahead and do attacks with everybody. Hopefully he doesn't wipe us out before... Oh my god! Well played, sir. So, I guess we have to reload, because he got a crush in on the first turn and actually killed somebody. Ah, damn. So, that could have easily happened with Kali as well, but didn't. Actually, did I have the... Okay, so the other thing that I need to do, I forgot to do this, I need to give him the bubble ring. And I actually do have to consider whether I want... Because he's actually hitting hard enough that I should probably have the bubble ring on. Because if he had the bubble ring on, that wouldn't have been a kill. Okay, we're gonna try this again. With the bubble rings, fine, we'll equip boss gear. Whatever. Yeah. Bear in mind, by the way, that I'm pretty sure I would have won that fight either way. I don't think that was... Oh. No. We need to just conserve mana for this, because the next fight will actually be mana intensive. Okay. Vampirism, 0 damage. Okay. But yeah, he's stronger than Kali in terms of his stats. Not here, obviously, but in his second form, he's stronger than Kali in terms of his stats. But when you factor in the dual Kali rings that you have, it's pretty hard to lose once you get your initial debuffs active. Bear in mind that I'm also way lower level than you normally should be to be fighting him. So... at least on Legendary. Grim Reaper's coming out, which is... Why would you use Grim Reaper as an Ultra Boss? That is unacceptable. That behavior is unacceptable. I do not approve of this behavior. You are a bad person. Okay, he's not casting Dark Ward, he's casting Citadel. He's attacking because getting that off is good. We're gonna go behind enemy lines, get some attack penalties going. Annihilation comes out, and he still gets fucking one-shot because I didn't get the Muddling Axe off. Ugh! Damn it, Oberon! Stop dying. I just need... If I get the initial debuffs off, then it's easy. Again, Sordrel could probably solo this fight once Nirvana's active. The nukes, I'm pretty sure, can't hurt him, even without getting the muddling effect in. Actually, one of the differences between physical damage and magic damage is... Why am I casting Nirvana against Form 1? Anyway, one of the differences between physical and magic damage is just the fact that with magic damage, it accelerates in damage very, very rapidly, right? A relatively small amount of points gives you a ludicrous amount of damage output. But... That's interesting. Were we C-healed? I don't think I should have started this fight with full HP. Okay, unfortunately, Komanatan's really, really low on HP right now. He kept using Giant Killer, which is the only thing he could do that would actually hurt me, really. So we're guessing Nirvana. We're hoping that he doesn't get... God damn it. He stood up that guy. The guy who's, like, super low on life. Not that it mattered. Okay, well... Getting through turn 1 is apparently going to be a bit troublesome as we go through here. I was all cocky, and now I'm just getting thrashed by this noob. God damn it. He got the Giant Killer off again. Isn't fair. I don't want to have damage before the second fight. I'm like looking at my mana bar going, I sure hope I can get what I need to happen. I actually did not check this guy's stats, so I hope I have the thresholds that I need. Okay, so, again, Nirvana, that thing that you're transcending to. Then, everybody, attacking, that's the thing that you're doing. And you are going to go ahead, just attack, Nirvana's coming out. We got that. Giant Killer comes out. Okay, so yeah. Boom. Now we have all the debuffs active, and we can start working on buffs. So, we need to cast Dark Ward on both of these people ASAP. And he needs to cast behind enemy lines. So Smite comes out and does just about nothing. Dark Wards are active, so he can't one-shot us with magic anymore. So, Citadel's coming out. And Adamantine Vest is coming out. And Hamstring's coming out. So he used the Devil's Breath, which is a complete waste of his time. It's also a waste of my time. I don't know why he did it. Citadel is active. And we now have over 1,000 magic defense, and we have 827 physical defense. Is that sufficient? I say no. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and have him attack. We don't need to steal from this guy, because when we kill him, that's the end of the game. There's nothing to steal except consumables for this fight. So let's see here. Okay, time to reapply all the debuffs. So Giant Killer's coming out, putting some hurt on Sordrell, but I don't really care. As long as I keep my debuffs and buffs up, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a pretty fast fight. Let's see. So we need to cast Dark Ward again. I'm going to recast Hamstring. The reason I'm recasting Hamstring is because it can miss, and it's affected by its own agility drop, whether it misses, so... Let's see here. We've just cast Dark Ward. We need to cast Citadel now. Behind enemy lines is coming out. He just cast Genius on himself. That's a problem. I didn't realize he could do that. Could you, like, not do that? that makes me legitimately scared. He can definitely do some fucking damage if he's got Genius active. So Devil's Breath is coming out. We have 5 turns of Genius to deal with. Actually, I think we have 4 turns of Genius because I think the turn that you buff yourself, it counts as a turn for it. So we're going to go ahead and use a mana thing so that we can actually cast the things that we need to cast when we need to cast them. And he's going to guard because his defense is not that high. Like, Varan does not have huge amounts of defense reserves. So, what am I looking for? We're going to cast... We're going to cast nothing. I'm going to recast Hamstring. It looks like he's going to completely waste that Genius that he cast on himself. Okay, I'm glad that I guarded with Varan, because that still did 900 damage. But I'm pretty sure that was with Genius, so... He still has Genius active, yes. So, let's see, what am I doing? That actually did less damage than I would have expected, considering that he has Genius on. So since he does have Genius on still, I'm gonna... I have to get the Reprisal Whip effect off. I can't. Oh, shit. Oh, God, that's so much damage. So Reprisal Whip is still active for now. We're going to cast Fast Cure on him. So we still have all of these effects on, but we need to just guard, because fuck that noise. He needs to survive. So Devastation comes out and misses. And we have Hamstring, Enfeebling Knife. How are we doing? I don't remember whether I have Reprisal Whip off right now. Okay, so apparently I need to get more magic defense on Varan, because he's super goddamn squishy. I'm casting Juggernaut over there. And we are going to have him attack, and we're going to have him not attack. He's just going to sit tight. Destroy Armor comes out for Oberon. That's unfortunate, but we got Juggernaut out. We can get an idea of how much damage this asshole can do, and let's see. And yes, this asshole in this context was in fact talking about Sordrell, because Sordrell's totally kind of a dick. I did not hear this effect off. I need to reapply this. Yep. Gotcha. Okay. Whew. So, we can reapply Citadel, and he doesn't have to do anything. I think he's fine. He can just guard. It occurs to me that I actually had dual ward rings, so I just lost 100 magic defense on Varan by changing up the gear set that he had. So... whoops. So we still have a few turns left on these guys. I don't know how much HP he has. I don't think this will last too much longer because... I mean, we're hitting him for tens of thousands of HP every single round. So, I'm gonna keep guarding. He's casting Genius on himself. That's not what I want to see. I need to cast a fast cure over here. I'm gonna have him guard, because the AoEs are just gonna hit way too hard for him to do anything else. So, Grim Reaper comes out, does nothing. Unfortunately, my debuffer, who is very, very important, is unable to do shit during this fight because he doesn't have Dark Ward. But I am going to have to take a few risky turns here. I mean, at a certain point, and that point is right now, he doesn't have... he can't just sit on the sideline, because the boss is going to be able to one-shot with his other moves, because his physical attacks are now going to be super ridiculously good. So, let's see. We're going to use normal attack, and he needs to just attack and hope that he gets the hit. That's a bad thing. Oh, the Devastation missed. If that Devastation had landed, I probably would have lost right there. But it didn't. So we're going to cast a Sentinel. Just as a thought. There we go.
Fuck me!
God damn it, Veron. How much HP does this asshole have left? Just watch, he's like 2 shots away from dead. The other thing we're going to check out here is like how hard he can hit Sordrell with his... I'm just going to let all my buffs fade, and I just want to see how hard he's hitting. He's hitting for 500 with Vampirism, which is pretty hard. Considering that it's Vampirism. So I'm gonna have to probably swap up my gear set. I probably can't have the dual Kali rings on Sordrell, just because dual Kali rings on him makes him arbitrarily powerful. And I need more stats on other people. Also, this guy is really not wanting to die. I say he's arbitrarily powerful, but he actually did just get one shot. So, this guy is really far away from dead. I'm going to have to actually figure out what this guy's stats are. Because I can't just face roll him. It's just not feasible to face roll. So, let's take a look. What are your stats, my friend? Do I actually have the ability to see his stats? Alright, so he has 1.5 million HP. His attack power is 650, so his... Oh shit, he has a huge amount of extra attack power. So his int is about the same, which means that I should be able to deal with his int without too much difficulty. The problem is that his attack power is actually really, really high. This is much higher than I thought it was. With 650, that's not 550, right? That's 6? Yep, that's a 6. So, with 650 attack power, he's actually looking at doing an additional 1,200 damage over what Kali was doing. Baseline. And then he has all of his abilities that he's using. So he actually is a dangerous person. So he has 1.5 million HP, so Kali's Ring... Do I really want to unequip one of these? I mean, no, I don't, but I don't think I have a choice. So... I do have a choice. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip an Amaranthine Ring on him. So that'll put his magic defense to a slightly healthier value. And we want to give him... Do I want to give him a Ward Ring? Because he needs more magic defense. He does not have enough. So if I give him a Ward Ring and pair that... The problem is that... Okay, we're going to give him this setup. This thief might not be able to survive this fight right now. Let's see. Oh, I don't need the Deserter's Boots on anymore, so we can give him the Veneer Boots, which is good, I guess. Prevents him from being crit, anyway. Let's see. Healing Helm restores HP every turn, but he really should have the Ancient Helm on, honestly. Okay. So, with this setup, he's okay. Unfortunately, these bubble rings are super important because I don't have enough HP to survive his attacks.
A 100 extra magic defense is useful, except when it's not.
And in this case... it's not, because the extra magic defense doesn't actually change anything. He's one shot if he doesn't have his magic ward up, and he takes no damage at all if he has it up. As for him, dual ward rings gives him 789 magic defense. And I think I'm going to do that. So we don't actually need all these other rings. I'm going to save this. Now the key is that he's still pretty much one-shottable if he takes any whatchamacallit damage. I think physical damage might be able to one-shot him still, but that's okay. So we are going to give this boss the respect that he deserves, much as it pains me. And we're going to see if we can take him out or not. It never occurred to me that a party that could take Kali might not be able to take the Dark Lord, because the addition of the 2 Kali rings speeds the fight up a lot, but it doesn't actually increase the potency of Varan at all. Varan didn't get shit out of that. So Varan is still very, very squishy and very susceptible to getting insta-gibbed. So Destroy Armor comes out to Oberon, which is fine. He can survive it, especially now that we've got these other things out. I'm actually thinking about doing a Monotate strategy, because we can very quickly blow through his mana bar, and if we blow through his mana bar, then we can take a look. Unlike the previous play with Kali, with him, I can legitimately hit his mana bar dead in like 3 hits. So if his mana bar is down, can I just... So anyway, he only has 9,999 mana, so we'll find out. We're casting Citadel. So we need 2 more hits to take out his entire mana bar. And if that doesn't take out his entire mana bar, then we know that he's a bullshit cheater. And that any abilities that hit the enemy's mana bar are completely goddamn worthless. Okay, so he's got Destroy Armor active, he's got Citadel, Dark Ward, etc. I'm actually going to get Juggernaut on him. No, I'm not. That's pointless. We're going to get... We're going to attack. So he's using Hellfire now. That applied a burn to him that didn't actually do anything. Apparently the burn status effect is the same amount of HP as he regens, so I think that just cuts out his regen. And let's see. We can now cast Juggernaut on him, and we'll see how this goes. Because I might have just wasted the first several turns of the fight. He just cast Megaton Explosion after he had taken way more. We're talking like 12k. So yes, mana is not a thing for the bosses in this game, so screw you for implementing a mechanic that doesn't actually do anything at all. Okay, now... Now that we've wasted 4 turns, we can... And we have a debuff on Varan, who's the squishiest target. It's going to make him take continual damage. Because I did actually see that finally tick. He's taking 300 damage total. So that effect is actually a really big deal. So Hamstring... So... Cast Juggernaut on him. Unfortunately, he cannot keep... I don't see how I'm going to keep him alive throughout the whole fight. If that doesn't go away on its own, then he's boned. Okay, let's see. Let's see, what am I doing? We are casting Mana Sacrifice. Advancing Vest. Oh, good. It does eventually wear off. Oh, good. So he can start regenning again. I was thinking that I was going to have to deal with that effect the entire goddamn battle, but... He's not regenning, though. Why isn't he regenning? Interesting. So I'm going to have to cure him at some point. Maybe he doesn't have regen because I fucked up his equipment. Oh shit. I had intended to back out of that menu. So if I'm hitting 7 times, it's 35,000 damage. It's 10 rounds leads to 350,000-ish. So if I'm doing 350,000 damage in 10 rounds, it'll take me about 50 or so rounds to kill. Cast Citadel again. Ground Slam hits pretty hard. Let's see here. So I'm not actually hitting that hard. I'm hitting for 5, not 7,000. So that means it's going to take close to 100 rounds to kill him, actually. Assuming that I'm not able to just keep up Juggernaut the whole time, which I cannot. I have too many other spells that need to be cast for these people. So I can potentially, if the thing is that if I swap my Kali rings onto a different character, then I actually do have the ability to survive better, which makes me very sad. Because it still takes long enough that being able to survive the fight is more important than just burning down the boss. Let's see. If I was on normal, or rather, if he had a normal amount of HP, regardless of his other stats, if his HP was normal, I could burn him down in, you know, 20 rounds, 30 rounds, less than that. So, because of that, I would then be able to just use a more aggressive strat. But thanks to the fact that he has so much HP, I can't imagine how would you kill something like this if you were on non-monk difficulty. I just don't even get it. It's like, with an HP tally like this, okay. But it's interesting because on my other characters, they have such high base stats because they're level 120 that I literally just walked all over this guy. Let's see. What am I doing now? What am I doing? apparently wasting everybody's time is what I'm doing. Let's get behind enemy lines active. And yeah, we don't have regen at all on Varan. I'm not sure why. I thought he had the, I guess I must have equipped the thing that had more magic resistance on it instead of the thing that had, the actual HP regen. So he needs to have the healing helm equipped in order to... Whoops, shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Pressing the wrong button is bad for you. Okay, we need to recast Citadel. This guy actually might take close to 100 turns to kill. Based off of the amount of damage that I'm doing. Let's see. So Hellfire is been applied to Kamanatin and Varan. Lucky me. And let's see. Oh, this also does damage, but it's fire damage, so it's actually it's halved to 0. So that's what's going on there. Let's see. No, I'm gonna wait until another turn to do that. So we need to recast Dark Ward. And behind enemy lines. Some casting. No. Yeah, I am. Casting a Cure 4 on him. And that's a genius coming out. I really would have preferred not to see him cast Genius at any point during this battle, much less right at this particular second. So Citadel needs to be reapplied. Varan's just gonna guard. Luckily, he just smacked Oberon, which means no damage comes out this round. How long is it gonna take for these fucking... Okay. Burn is de-applying. Burn is gone this round. So we got Dark Ward active, we got Citadel active. How much longer on Dark Ward? Okay, we can attack this round, and then next round we need to give mana. We need to keep the Reprisal Whip active, so... Okay. So Mana Sacrifice is coming out. He's gonna guard.
Fuck yay.
God damn it, Varan. Ugh, it's too squishy. If I have to equip a Kali ring onto the thief just to survive this, I think I'm going to be very sad, but I think I have to do it. I don't think there's any way to do it unless I do that. Because the thief just doesn't have any tools to defend himself. So we have to take the ultimate ring off of him and give it to him, and then he can equip an Amaranthine ring, and, you know, it's fine. He loses 150 attack power. But it makes me sad anyway. Anyway, so let's take a look. He's got 889 magic defense, which means that he should be zeroing out the damage for the most part. Let's take a look here. Bubble ring, bubble. So if I wanted, I could actually equip this, which gives him a little less magic defense, but gives him significantly more physical defense. Now, the advantage of doing this is that I think he might already have enough magic defense. I have 50 extra magic defense if I equip this. If I equip this, I have 100 extra. So I think it's worth it. We're going to go ahead and equip an Amaranthine ring on him. I think this will be okay. Hopefully. It might not be. I'll find out. Okay, so we're going to... Oh, what am I doing? So we're not going to hit nearly as hard. We lost a really good amount of our offensive power there, which means that it's going to take a few hundred rounds to kill this asshole. But Varan should be pretty much immune to Instagibs, and he's also regenerating, as opposed to before when he was just being a chump. I don't like his HP pool. But we'll see how things go. Okay, so Nirvana's being activated, and then we can cast nothing because we need to attack, and we need to attack. So Nirvana's going out. Crush is coming out. Somebody's giving me a call. One second. Okay, so my wife is on her way home, which means that we want to finish this fast. So let's kill him quick. So we've got behind enemy lines, enfeebling knife. Got all those out. We do not have Citadel, so let's get Citadel out. And we want him to cast Adamantine Vest. And Hamstring. So that Hamstring did 1,800 damage. It's kind of nice. Alright, so it's going to go ahead and attack. This guy wants to cast... what? I guess Juggernaut. You know, that's not very much damage at all. I'm a little concerned about that, but okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and cast a Citadel. Whoops. Did I say Citadel? Sentinel. Basically the same thing, right? So unfortunately, this guy is ensuring that we have a long battle ahead of us with his setup. We need to cast Dark Ward again. Okay, we're gonna cast Citadel. Use a Mana Sacrifice attack. Yep. Missed the Hamstring. Fuck.
So Serdrell's down. And I think I'm
gonna call it for now. I'm gonna need to do a little bit of thinking about how I want to approach this guy. But more importantly, my wife's coming home. It's Friday night. I'm gonna go. I was expecting her to get home a few hours from now. I wasn't expecting her to get home right now. So sorry about the relatively short stream, but we did kill Kali, which is good. And next time I'll probably be able to come in here, have an actual strategy, and then just plow into it. Kind of like what happened with Kali, where the second stream for it was like, oh, well, I actually know what I'm doing now. Just blow through. So that's going to be it for now. Later, folks.